Hello.
Hello.
I hope everything's working. I don't see why it shouldn't, but
No,
you never know.
OBS says it's working, so I assume it's working.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
This is, Windows.
Yeah, I know. But usually then it doesn't go through OBS either. If Microsoft fucks up.
Yeah.
Usually.
So, new chapter.
Yeah. The final chapter, if you don't count the true ending chapter. Though we have to go through this chapter technically twice. Because half of it is different when we go through the Kurisu ending. Which directly goes into the true ending. If you get enough flags raised. But we are... It's not spoiler, we're getting the Maori ending because you haven't answered any emails. So it's kind of a given you get the Maori ending like this.
Okay.
But yeah, we managed to get our hands on the IBM 5100. And just as when we were going to hang in and delete the files, Okabe suddenly realized what we've been thinking for quite a while. That he's going back to the world where Kurisu got stabbed.
Stab.
So, whoops. Now he has to not try to save Mayuri, now he has to choose between Mayuri or Kurisu. Which is, not easy when you finally got to know Kurisu. Whoopsie daisy.
Fuck Kurisu.
That's a controversial opinion. Let me tell you that.
Also, fuck Mayuri.
That's also a controversial opinion.
Lukaku all the way.
I mean, I also have a controversial opinion. I like Suzuki.
I just want Lukaku to be happy.
Yeah.
Everyone else can get fucked.
I mean, at the moment, Lukaku is ignorant. At the very least, not unhappy. They don't know.
They're clearly not happy.
They're not happy, but
because
you just have to play the dating version of this game. That's most likely a Lukaku ending there. You'd be happy with that.
The dating sim version.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, thank you. I think I'm fine. Honestly. No, I just because Lukaku is still not happy in their body.
No.
And they
clearly also
do
like
still
Okabe.
They do still have the idea that they want to change their gender.
Yeah.
Now they just don't know that that's a thing they can do.
No, they most likely forgot all about the time machine as well and stuff. Because it usually gets erased that they did it.
Yeah. So
all I can just say is that it doesn't ever really come up that Lukaku is like unhappy with where they are in life. At the very least. Not even in Zero.
No.
But I know Zero is also much more of a Okabe game. It's also a Kurisu game, it's also a Suzuha game, and mainly those three and some new characters. But Lukaku is definitely there, rocking a new, very adorable outfit. Because now it's winter. But yeah. That's really all I can say about that. I also wish everyone could get a happy ending, but...
No, fuck everyone else. Lukaku. Justice for Lukaku.
There's no guarantee Lukaku will...
Justice for Lukaku.
Can I finish?
No.
Too bad, I'm gonna finish anyway, and you gotta shut up. There is no guarantee And even if you choose Lukako, that nothing will not fall upon Lukako later on, which is kind of sad.
What?
If like, Steins Gate 0 is anything to go by, Lukako does not survive to 36. So, regardless of what you do. I know that's technically a different attractor field, but I haven't heard anything about Lukako in the future from this one either, so.
Okay.
Just like with Suzuha. Suzuha will die no matter what. Either it's disease or it's crippling depression and guilt and regret.
Thanks, now I'm totally in the mood for the game.
Sorry! I was just trying to make a point. Because you're so extreme in your opinions.
You think?
Yes.
I wouldn't necessarily say so.
You are. Very much so.
I mean, it's not that I don't want the others to be happy, I just...
It's the way you say it. It's like you don't care about them at all.
My main focus is Lukako.
I know.
If I have
But
to...
that's why I'm saying I want everyone to be happy. And you immediately like, fuck that. Why not have a world where everyone is happy? Idealistically.
Because that's impossible.
Idealistically?
Impossible.
Do you even understand the word idealistic?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I know what that means.
Why are you saying it's impossible?
I'm just saying, realistically, that's impossible.
Yeah, I'm just saying idealistically it would be nice. I didn't say it was realistic. I never said that.
I'm just saying that that's not gonna happen.
No, but the thought is nice.
Suppose.
But you don't see that because you're pessimistic.
As, like, unfounded hope. Or however you want to say it.
Hey, that's why headcanons exist, okay?
Yeah. Well, I suppose we can just keep jumping onto different attractor fields until we find the right one.
The problem is just the only place where we have any means of doing that is in this attractor field. You've seen how difficult it is. It's not something you just do.
No. Now, if we had a proper time machine...
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, satellite in the building. A time machine.
Yeah, but even that can't travel to another attractor field.
That one is not that great, no.
No, but like even the finished one can't really, on its own, travel to another attractor field. What you do when you go back in time and change things could potentially lead to another attractor field at some point when a big divergence happens, but you don't actually know.
No, we essentially need the one that CERN has.
Yeah, and they don't have it yet.
No.
They don't finish that before, like, how many years was it?
I don't know.
Wasn't it in 34 they finalized it? I think it was in 34.
34, 36?
36
like
is when Suzuha's from.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was 2 years prior that they managed to complete it.
Okay.
I think.
I don't know.
They at least took over the world by 34. My timeline's also getting mixed up.
They probably also, finished it when they took over the world.
Oh yeah, I mean, they have had to finish it before taking over the world, I would assume.
A little hard to take over the world if you don't have a time machine.
Exactly. Not that it's not impossible, but...
No.
They are playing the long secret game here, so... But yes. Who shall we sacrifice? Mayuri or Kurisu? That is the question for this entire chapter.
Except we know who we're gonna sacrifice.
Not necessarily. I think you'd be surprised.
Okay.
By the differences between the two endings, at the very least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's a Mayuri ending, so we're gonna choose Mayuri. Over Kurisu.
You'll have to see.
Otherwise, why would it be a Mayuri ending?
Well, why would it be a Kurisu ending? Don't worry, we'll
because
get to
Mayuri's gonna die.
We'll see, okay?
You can't save both.
Now that is true to the choice of Steins Gate. Save both! Fuck fate! That's what this entire game is about, right? Can't have a happy ending if we don't save both, right?
Yeah. There was no doubt in my mind. There was no doubt in my mind.
No doubt about my mind.
No doubt it. This world solved. This would solve everything.
Yes, you got it. You got it in the end. I believe in you.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm drinking energy drink, but I'm still quite tired.
It takes a while to work.
I started before we started, but whatever.
Yeah, but it still can take like half an hour before you do anything.
It was our one true answer.
But I forgot one very crucial point, and it was very funny in the last stream.
I thought that I had found the solution. That everything would be alright. Everything will be alright.
Nope.
Instead, I am left with a terrible choice.
Hello! Hello, Val!
Hello.
Yeah, you should go back to sleep.
Yeah, go sleep.
I know the feeling.
Sleep.
But thank you for saying hello.
I also want to sleep.
You can sleep when it's nighttime. It's not nighttime. Oh. But have some good more sleep, Val.
See, if I was like a small child, my parents would have put me to bed by now.
Yeah, but you're not.
So why can't I just go to bed?
You'd fuck up your sleeping schedule.
But wouldn't it be better to go to bed earlier? And
not for you, because you're gonna sleep longer anyways, and it ain't gonna help you.
Well.
So, you don't work like a child that's ready to get up at 7 in the morning after they get to bed at 8, okay?
5 or 6.
That's compared to how old you are.
That's at least from my sister's experience. Like toddlers. Kurisu.
Yes, Kurisu.
That's a different kind of pool than what we saw before. Also, that's very interesting.
No, that is what you saw in the opening sequence. Exactly the same cut, yeah.
Okay.
It's deliberately very vibrant red.
No, that was more the shape of the pool.
Oh, no, it's the same.
It's very interesting that it's pooling out like that.
Well, I assume she got stabbed in the front. And it's just been pouring out because she's laying with that side down.
Yeah, but why would it pour out like this? Because the ground is uneven?
I don't know.
I guess.
Don't worry about it.
I'm tired. I have thoughts.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying I don't think you need to think about that too hard. I don't think that's a deliberate choice.
Or Mayuri.
Oh, yeah.
Shot to the head and you're too late.
Literally. You actually see it in the game with some blood coming down. It's hard to see there because her hair is kind of covering it.
We can't see anything.
No.
We can kind of see her eyes, which are
dead on the inside.
For some reason, not dilated.
You don't necessarily get dilated eyes when you die.
No, but
that's compared to how you die.
As far as I understand.
She died with adrenaline in her blood. She most likely will not get dilated eyes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. One of the last things to stop working in your body is your eyes.
I don't know about that.
I've at least heard that, which is why typically your eyes dilate when you die.
Press skip.
Yeah, I know. I realized. Luckily, it doesn't just skip because we haven't.
That's because you haven't turned that on, unless you get skip all.
Yeah, exactly. Which is nice.
Yeah.
One of them must die. Exactly.
Nice. Now he just lays on the fucking roof, be like, I don't know what to choose!
What is up the ground over by the cloth hanger or whatever you
I
want
think
to
it's
call
supposed to be shadow.
Yeah, but
Don't
that's a
worry about
weird
it.
shadow.
Don't worry about it.
It looks like there's supposed to be something hanging there.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I guess this is gonna be depression in the chapter.
If you think this is depression the chapter, welcome to depression the games. 0. I wouldn't necessarily say it's all depression.
It's definitely gonna start out that way.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
he
gonna
is
be like-
faced with an impossible choice right now. He needs to make that choice.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna be hard on him.
I came here because I wanted to be alone. The day before yesterday, I... Oh my goodness. The day before yesterday, I abruptly cancelled the attempt to hack CERN.
Yes, it's been 2 days. So.
Why was his sigh so loud?
Japan voice acting.
I suppose.
It's always like that.
I don't like it.
And then when English people try to like mimic it, it gets even louder because they don't know how to do it. It's hilarious, in my opinion.
Okay. What do I do? Let's say we go through the plan and delete the first email I sent. The one about Curtis's death from CERN's database.
Aha. What then?
I was trying to think, but yeah, I don't... Like, even if you... I don't know, actually. I'm a little unsure as to what will happen if you just delete the data. And not...
Well, the idea is that deleting the data
cancel
will put them
the email.
will put them back to the beta attractor field.
Yeah, that's also what I'm thinking, but I'm like, I don't know.
In the universe of this game, it's pretty much a given that is what's gonna happen.
We delete some data from a database and that somehow changes the past?
I mean, I
And
assume
future?
it's because then
Or
they don't have
present?
that data, which is what led them to them in the first place.
Yeah. I know.
I'm also unsure how that works in the realms of time travel and causality, but
It's a little confusing.
it is. But here we are.
That would return us to the beta world line where it all began. What would happen then? Because it's I would say it's different to remove someone's knowledge
Yes.
of what you've done rather than undoing what you've done.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because it's data that would be seen and utilized in the future, and if you delete it, that won't happen, which won't bring them to inform people in the past about all this and getting kurisu and blah 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 blah. I don't know.
No.
Again, it's causality, and some things that happen in the past needs to happen for things to happen in the future, which needs to happen for things in the past to happen, because that's how time works here. So I don't know. They never really explained that, as far as I remember. I always found that confusing. So,
according to my predictions, our friend, lab member number 004, Marcus said Kurisu would disappear.
just like that. Peace.
Well, probably also the time machine would.
Yes.
Go back to just
that's
being
the
the
least
phone
of his
wave.
problems.
It would just go back to being be the phone wave.
Yes. That's still the least of his problems, you know. Well, bye! It is literally just a piece. It's least. I know it's just like, that's what you can deal with, like, Japanese animation, but it's fucking hilarious.
It's just be the like Infinity War. Yes.
I don't feel so good.
Mr.
Just
Stark, I
turns
don't
to
feel
dust.
so good. Yeah.
The problem is just as a 3D effect, it would look really weird.
You can do
traditional
it in
animation.
2D. The typical way they do it is just take the mod or the like outline or whatever,
I know
and
you
then
can
just
do it, but
and then just turn it into triangles.
Yeah.
That turn into smaller triangles and whatnot.
But
And
it's
just have
still hard. This is just easier for them.
Oh yeah, this is
This is
easier.
literally
Also,
just like a fucking slideshow transition. That's what that is.
idea is more of a thing today rather than back then. So
I still see the animation though, in Japanese animation,
Oh yeah.
because it's just cheaper.
This is more of a meme thing on the
Yeah.
internet rather than an actual production thing.
Yeah.
It is the low practical version of the Infinity War. I don't feel so
I
good.
don't feel so good.
It's just having the thing turn into triangles and therefore disappear through that.
Every time I see someone turn into dust, I just have that like scene in my head, so I can't take it seriously every time. So it's like, just do something else, please.
Curtizo is not supposed to exist on August 15th.
No, she got stabbed 2 weeks ago.
Well, technically, we know nothing.
She was laying unconscious at the very least. He never checked for a pulse, true.
She was laying on what looked to be a pool of blood.
I think he also
Wasn't-
described the smell of it, but
Okay.
I think he did. But regardless,
You can probably mimic that.
I mean, yeah, it just requires a fuck ton of iron, but my point is just anyone who has the amount of knowledge that he has about medical stuff would assume she's dead. Yes.
But we can't confirm anything.
No. Not to mention, Cern doesn't get their hands on her for some reason. In that timeline, in that world line.
Yes.
Which
Yes.
is another strong indicator, slightly strong indicator, that she most likely is not alive to be there. Hey.
It clearly seems like that. I don't know. I'm still a little unsure about that, but it just feels like, even though that shouldn't actually be possible, considering the way time travel works here. But it feels like, because we saw the... Hey!
Hey!
Pearls, stop. Yeah, you need to stop. Yeah. 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 You show Ingy. Yeah. So Ingy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Does someone need the smelly hand?
Maybe.
Where is the smelly hand?
It's probably up behind the keyboard. It's usually where it is. So just,
She decided to ignore it. And then I touched her and she went, no. That's what you get.
But yeah, because
And back.
we saw the time machine up. Sorry, we saw the time machine up on the roof.
We definitely saw something that looks very similar to the time machine that we have here in this world line. Yes, I agree. You can't actually know if it is, but it looks identical.
If it's not the time machine, then what the fuck is it?
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying we don't have confirmation of it, but it's very likely. Very likely.
Why would something that looks identical be there if it's not the time machine? Which is interesting.
Because time is weird.
Yeah, which is interesting because technically that time machine shouldn't exist.
Yes, that's very interesting.
First of all, if we're in the beta world line, if CERN doesn't take over the world and whatnot.
That would indicate that the time machine is being built under different circumstances, at the very least.
Yeah, it's just weird. It would look exactly the same.
Well, it would have had to probably have been made by the same person in that case, but don't worry.
Maybe.
You'll get your answer. That's in this game.
But it's suddenly like it's a bit of a weird coincidence that the time machine would be there, and Kurisu dying.
Yes.
It certainly seems like that, like, the immediate thought would be, somebody tried to travel back to kill Kurisu, even though that shouldn't actually be possible.
No, causality wouldn't allow that.
No, exactly. So,
don't worry, you'll get your answer.
yeah.
It's just gonna not be this chapter.
No.
It's gonna be the true ending, and you get all your answers.
And so, I am left with 2 options. Option 1, hack CERN with the IBN 5100 and erase the first email I sent, thus returning to the beta world line.
Yes.
That was 4 things.
No, that is option 1.
Yes. But 4 things we have to do. Well, sort of.
No, it's one thing you do, and then everything else happens because of it. You hack CERN and erase it.
Whatever. Anyways, yes.
Bye!
Peace.
I just love that if you remember, this is the clip from like when we meet her on the Alpha World line the first time. It's just, they keep using this clip and it's fucking hilarious.
Could she bit me. Kurisu,
Just really annoyed.
yeah. Kurisu will disappear, but Mayuri will live. CERN will never. I'm sorry. It's apparently still not ready. That's interesting.
No.
We'll never build a time machine, and the future will be free
Free!
from Kurisu. Don't hack CERN. Option 2, don't hack CERN. Keep living here on the Alpha World line. Mayuri will die.
Kind of a given.
CERN will gain control of space and time. Or space-time?
Space-time.
And the future will be a dystopia where no one is free.
Yes. Sounds about right.
どちら
Ow,
か
ow, ow, ow.
だと
Wasn't her. It was just...
I know.
Sometimes...
I was just looking at what she was doing.
Yeah.
She just wants squeechies.
Mm.
Squeechies.
Which you deserve now that you have Prina Paulo. Which he needed. I very much. Ow. You angry now?
You know birds, they decide they want squishes and then 1 second later they decide they don't want it. And then 2 seconds later they decide they want it again.
How am I, of all people, supposed to make that choice?
こんなの選べるわけないだろ
Flip a coin?
That does not seem responsible.
No. But at least you don't have to choose.
Yeah, but that's not really responsible, is it?
Leave it up to fate.
Yeah, fate's the one fucking us over right now. You do realize that,
Yeah.
right? It's gonna land and decide where CERN wins. They ain't gonna go, fuck.
Yeah, but you can just blame fate. Not yourself.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing sometimes when he's getting to these endings, where he's like, I can't sacrifice any longer. Fate fucking wins. Yoo-hoo.
Whoop-de-doo.
Whoopsie fucking do.
But he's still making a choice.
He's still leaving it up to fate. At least with Lukaku's ending.
I don't know.
When he chooses to not do anything.
It just... Those are still clear choices of not trying to save Mayuri.
I mean, from our perspective as a player,
Or not sacrificing
it's not a
more,
choice because it is automatically on the do not do anything. So it's not actually a choice.
Yeah,
It's us not making a
but we're-
choice to do it.
No. Not making a choice is also a choice. It's an active choice of not choosing.
I'm not arguing that part. I'm just saying, when you leave it up to
From
fate,
a gameplay
you
perspective.
kind of give up your
Control.
your control or the meaning of making a choice. You will never make any choice again if you're just gonna leave it up to fate. In the universe of this game.
I don't see it that way.
No.
That's not how I see
That's
it.
how I see it, at least in this game. Because
Okay.
fate will make sure that the future it wants will happen, regardless of what choices you make. It will put you in that situation anyways.
Well, as long as you're, on the tractor field.
Yes, on this tractor field, yes. Doesn't matter, it's just another future on another tractor field.
Yeah. I don't really care about the future, whether it's free or ruled by CERN. Well, you probably will in the future, but...
Yeah, but his immediate, care is Mario and Kudizu.
I understand.
It's a personal journey for him. He hasn't experienced it like Suzuha has, so he can't really have any connection to it.
No,
yet.
but it's all...
We honestly don't know a lot about the world CERN is governing, honestly.
No, we don't.
We really don't.
But it's also just the case of, like global warming. Yes, we will probably get to experience a bad outcome if we don't try to save our planet.
Yeah.
But
you also care about those kind of things.
yeah, but it's kind of the
Okabe
same thing.
doesn't.
No, but it is sort of the same idea, is that there is a future that could be possibly terrible, but I haven't experienced it, so I don't care about it.
Yeah,
Sort of idea.
but there's a bigger reason for you to care even if you haven't experienced it, and if it's a possibility because you care more about the world than the individual. Okabe, as you
So now we're
clearly
just
would
talking
know right now,
about our views?
yes,
Yeah, okay.
values.
Values.
Is that Okabe multiple times has told, I know it's Chudibyo, but there's always some truth to Chudibyo, that he just wants the world to be seen in, thrown into chaos. He doesn't necessarily care about the world at large. He's not interested
But
in it in any way. He's just only interested in his small group of friends.
But he clearly also sees CERN as an enemy.
Yeah, because they kill Mayuri.
That too.
You know.
Even before that, because the organization or whatever.
Yeah, but he was just playing that.
Yeah, but it ended up being...
It ended up being
CERN.
real, which is fucking hilarious in hindsight. Because everyone, when they see him, they're like, oh my god, fucking Chunibyo ass. Well, guess what? He was right! Charles.
Good job.
She's falling. That's what happened. But I just see...
Oh.
I just see Okabe as a more of caring about the people that are close to him, rather than what the future might entail for the world at large. He's not even alive at that point, so.
Well, one thing's for sure, he's not altruistic.
Oh no, not at all. This game doesn't even try to sell that point.
No.
This is a character-driven story through and through.
Yeah.
And he cares about the people close to him.
Yeah, he's about the individual.
Yeah.
Where I am about the
You're much more about the
community?
community than you are the individual.
Yeah.
So in that sense, there's a difference between how you would look at these facts compared to how he would look at them.
I'm like, if I could save the entire world from going into a terrible dystopia where a lot of people are gonna die by sacrificing one single person, sure, I might really care.
Hesitate and stuff.
Yeah, like if it's somebody I really care about, I would definitely hesitate. I would have a hard time choosing that, but it is definitely, in my opinion, the right choice would be to sacrifice them for the better,
for the greater good.
For the greater good, essentially.
It is.
That line is not great, but
no, that's why I made it.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
But it's kind of that idea.
It is that kind of sentiment, you know.
For the greater good, but in this case, the greater good
It's
actually being the greater good.
Yeah.
Not just
Not
being
fake
like
greater good.
not
like
not just
fucking
like
CERN.
not just for our benefit,
Yeah.
comrade, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or actually not comrade, just our benefit, not yours.
Yeah. It's just like fucking CERN. It has a similar thing. CERN owns and rules everything.
Have we gotten to know why they're doing this?
No, I mean, it's not CERN specifically, it's the Committee of 300, and
Yeah.
no, we don't really know the reasons for doing
No,
this.
we haven't.
I don't know if you can piece it together by playing all the other size adventure games, because Committee of 300 is always there. They're always the bad guys in those games. It's different factions of it. So I don't know. But no, we don't get to know the reasoning.
Okay.
We just know that they really, 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 really want a fucking time machine, and they take over the world. The Committee of 300 take over the world. I assume they just want to take over the world. They want to rule it. For some reason.
For some reason.
We don't know why.
Because we like...
It's like an organization you can never really truly understand because you don't really get to know. Like, you get to know for like Tenoji and for Moeka, who are part of the organization, what their reasoning is for being there.
Yeah.
So it's compelling in that sense, but the entire organization as a whole, no. It's this kind of a looming presence that you know will come. You don't know why, and you don't necessarily know when.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't think I don't remember it being explained in Zero, but it definitely isn't explained in this game. Because I know there are, like, they go into, like, different factions of the, like, world governments that originally also wanted this time machine.
Shadow government or whatever you want to call it.
No, I mean,
you don't
some
want
of them are literally just fucking Russian military who also wants this time travel power.
Oh, okay.
So, no, it's just governments.
Oh, well, I was...
Not necessarily shadow governments.
I was talking about the Committee of 300 being the shadow government.
But they're just one part of it. Then there are also other factions that originally wanted this. It just never came into play in this game because we're in a world line where CERN wins.
What about Illuminati? Or are they coupled in with the Committee
I
of
don't
300?
think that's ever named.
Freemasons?
No, I don't think that's named either.
Illuminati and Freemasons are
this
sort of the same thing.
I mean, yeah, but the Zero goes more into, like, you have CERN or Committee of 300, then you have fucking Russian military, then you have the American military who wants it, and blah 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 military that wants it. It's more like the different countries just want to have the time machine knowledge to rule the world. It's not necessarily secret organizations more than it's just, you know,
the greater world powers.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
All technically want all of this this time travel theories and want to rule the world through time travel because it's a great weapon, you know, to win wars. Theoretically.
Yeah. I'm still a little confused as to how that is supposed to work because of what we know of how the time travel works. It's like you can go back in time,
but
you
don't
can't
necessarily know
really...
all of that.
No, but it's just more like... Because, I don't know, at this point, the way, like, we have the whole thing explained is that we can't really... Like, even if we had the possibility of going back in time physically, like Suzuha was, we can't really change the past in such in that way.
It would create a lot of effort.
Yeah.
It would require a lot of effort, and you'd have to know when the big divergence that would separate one attractor field into two. You would have to know that. Like, we have one in 2010 in the summer here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd have to know where that was, and you'd have to know what to do, and it's not easy. It's not easy.
Nope.
To change. No. But that is why the possibility is the most fair. Is when there's a divergence, because then it hasn't been decided yet.
Maybe she could missed it. Considering how much she's going at it right now.
We need to stop until we take you to the vet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to take you to the vet.
Yeah, I read this. I know I should care. Susa entrusted her wish to me. Doesn't that make it my responsibility? It's also not really fair that it's your responsibility, per se.
No, it's not. He's one human being.
Yeah.
But he has to.
He's just some guy from
Fucking college.
From college, yeah. He's barely even an adult.
He's not. He's 19.
In Japan.
Not an adult.
In Japan, he's not an adult.
No, exactly.
But, you know,
Recognized as being an adult.
in other, you know,
Yeah.
communities, societies, whatever, he would be considered an adult. So, but even then, he would, yeah, barely be an adult, if anything. So it's hard, honestly, to really argue that it's okay that it is left upon his shoulders
It's
for
definitely
him
not
to
a burden
decide.
to carry,
No.
especially not alone. But he has a habit of putting it on his own. He doesn't want to talk to people.
He generally doesn't talk to people. The only ones he talked to
It's
is
Kurisu because she's
Kurisu.
adamant about telling him.
Yeah.
Which is why they have a fairly good chemistry with each other. 'Cause
Yeah.
she actually brings the best out in him.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Pearls. Sitting on me now. Shaking. Yes, it shouldn't be his responsibility. The sadness of reality is just he's the only one we know who can actually see the changes we do, and
Yeah.
therefore he's the only one who can really take up that responsibility.
In this story.
Yeah.
Because there has to be more people out there.
Yeah. That's why Deja Vu exists.
Yeah.
The problem is just, as
Well,
far as
more,
we know,
more than just this.
Yeah.
But yes. it
Yeah.
is.
But like as far as we know, like he is the most sensitive one. In both Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero, he is the one who can remember everything.
What was it he said? On Lukaku's ending, he's disconnected from causality.
Yeah. He is,
Where-
because he remembers other timelines.
Yeah.
He's time leaps.
Yeah.
And in that
I have
sense,
to.
you get
I have
disconnected
to
from causality.
assume that's because of his reading Steiner.
They call it reading Steiner. That is just a scientific name for it, because time travel theory is based on what they did in the present. So it's just reading Steiner. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But his ability, yeah, it. What was I saying again? Yes, I believe that he, that is because of that
Yes.
innate ability that he's disconnected from causality.
Yes.
Um,
He just has the unique ability of getting completely disconnected from causality.
yeah.
Whereas most people will just get, like a slight glitch here and there, like in the Matrix.
Or they would have to do the Lukaku and time leap.
Yes.
Because time leaping is a way to
Yes.
do it. Is a way to
Yeah.
get yourself to be disconnected from causality, but not in the same way.
No.
It's obviously not going to give you the ability of reading Steiner,
No.
but you will have memories of other world lines,
Other possibilities.
other
As
possibilities.
it's called.
Yeah. So, yeah. But still, it doesn't seem quite real. 20 years is a long time. Right now, only Mayuri and Kurisu matter. I must choose whom to save. Well,
It's my shoulder.
okay. You would classify that as shoulder?
Yeah, my she's sitting on my deltoid muscle. That's my shoulder muscle. One of them.
Okay.
So yes, he's sitting on my shoulder.
I spent 2 long weeks with Kurisu, she's one of us now, an integral part of the lab. And as I leapt through time again and again, she was the person I relied on the most. Always calm, always thoughtful, always ready with a new hypothesis, always there to give me a push when I needed the most. I wouldn't even have the time leap machine if it wasn't for if not for Kurisu. It's thanks to her that I made it this far. She wants to go for your teeth.
It's just to go for what's between my teeth.
Yeah. But she also likes biting teeth.
The problem is just she gets a hand of like my gum pie right out here, and it's very sensitive because it's been cut over once.
Okay. After all she's done for me, there's no way I can abandon her now. But nor can I let Mayuri die. Everything I've done, I did to save her.
True, this entire half of the game, it's just been save Mayuri! You come this far, sacrifice everyone's wishes and memories and ambitions, and then what? You choose to not save her in the end? It's hard, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would give anything, even my own life, to see her safe. Yeah, but you can't give your own life.
No.
I'm sorry.
The fate won't let you.
That is not a choice.
No.
I want to save Mayuri more than anything else. I will not let Mayuri die.
結局どっちも選べない。選べるわけがない。
I'm making sound of the microphone. We're doing that. I'm just talking to Pearls. She's sitting so close to the mic. Yeah.
Weird wording, but okay.
But as the self-deprecating person that he is, that is what he will choose to interpret it as.
It is let Kurisu die or let Mayuri die.
Yeah, but in his mindset, it's the same as killing them. Because he's letting it happen. It's a very Japanese mindset in my eyes.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot from Japanese people or Japanese fictional characters, sorry, from series and movies that I watch. So I can only assume that it's a Japanese mindset that it goes like that, because they tend to blame themselves for everything.
But that's also just a main character syndrome, honestly.
I mean, it's not only the main characters I see it from.
No, okay. Kill Kurisu or kill Mayuri. That is what the choice comes down to.
Yep.
こんな結末なのかよ。鈴葉やフェイリスやルカ子や萌えか、みんなの思いを犠牲にしてまでたどり着いたのがこんな結末なのかよ。
Yep.
Well,
in the end, he can't save everyone.
interesting that he's putting Moika in the same categorization as everyone else. But
I assume it's because, you know, we found out about her and FB and how she was basically a pawn and used. She doesn't know that anymore.
No, but I don't know.
Moika's always been this weird character that people either, like, sympathize with or hate. Like, down to the bare bones fucking hate. So either they're like, okay, she's there, cool, or what the fuck is she doing in that sentence? That's how a lot of people feel about Moika.
I find it
She's a very polarizing character.
Yeah. Not for me necessarily.
No.
I'm just more like, it's a little interesting that they choose to put her in here together with the others. Suzuha, for one thing, was like, you prevented her from having utter depression and ending herself over it.
Yeah.
I would say that's possibly a good thing. Sure,
It is, but you still sacrifice the memories she had with you in the present. She never got to bond with you. You're the only one who remembers.
Or
she never
her
got
father.
to find out who her father was.
Yeah.
All
But
those things.
it's just, I don't know.
That's still sacrifice in the end.
Yeah.
You still had to sacrifice the memories for something. Just like you had to sacrifice Faris' memories with her dad.
I think Lukako is probably the one of the most where I'm like, this. If I would have to choose any of these four that I wouldn't have sacrificed, it would be Lukako. Because like Faris, it's like it's I don't know. How important is Akihabara to you?
It's also just about Faris herself. Like, how
Yeah.
important is it that she gets to have a life with her father?
Yeah. So.
You know, that's what she wanted. She didn't care about Akihabara.
So Faris and Lukako is probably fine. It's probably the least problematic. Where Suzuha is like, yes, she gets to have these few days together with us. And get to meet her father and whatnot.
Like
but
she always wanted.
She ends up losing her life to possibly one of the worst ways.
Yeah, and she does explicitly say that she regrets not going back that day.
Exactly. She literally...
So I totally agree that sacrificing her memories is the right choice.
Yeah.
But you are still sacrificing that memory to get here.
Moika's
hard to, like, pin down.
Moika, I'm a little like... Was it honestly better for her to... like... just not have sent that email? Because it ends with her figuring out who FB is and... Or... Well, no. She will die no matter what. That doesn't really matter.
At least in that world line.
Yeah. But should that be at someone else's hand or her own? Because of her essentially mental disability or illness.
Disorder. She's dependent disorder.
Yeah. So
it's hard because on one hand, it's often good to, you know, let her know the truth about her situation. It wasn't what she thought it was. Though upon finding out, she'll inevitably lose her life. That's what fate has decreed. Yeah. So if you erase that, she'll be none the wiser, but she won't die, and she will, yes, still live in a lie, but at least she's happy.
Content.
Yeah, like, she still has FB even if she's being used. It's a hard choice between, like, letting them live in blissful ignorance or letting them know the honest truth and to essentially like the world come crashing down on them. It's not an easy choice to make either. Either one is a sacrifice. So
Moika's is definitely the one where it's like, I don't know which one is best, honestly.
No, it's for Moika, at least the chapter we played, it's like it was more of a necessity because we've come so far. it was just, pure coincidence that we got to learn all these things about Moeka. We didn't intend to, like we did with the other ones. It's the game, like, trying to give some sympathy for Moeka.
Possible sympathy.
Yeah. Because she is...
Depending on how you look at it.
Yeah. But it's really, she... Yeah, she probably knows she was doing some wrong things. She was like, yeah, I'm probably willing to kill Mayuri if he told me to. But she also has a dependency disorder. While she's not insane, she does have mental problems, and she's being manipulated by said person she's dependent on. So how much can she be blamed as well? And she was a vulnerable young person who got roped into being around her.
But we can't save her from becoming around her.
No.
We can't stop that from happening.
No.
Because if we could, I would do that.
Yes. But there's no knowing what that will entail either.
No. But we don't have the option to do so.
It's not an option. Because the only thing we are focusing on is the divergence this year.
Well, not so much that. It's more the fact that we can't... I don't know.
I mean, technically you could send a
well,
D-mail.
a D-mail, I suppose.
You could do that, but there's no knowing what consequences that will come out of this, because causality still works, so that will be a sacrifice of something that you knew.
Yeah.
There's no knowing what that would be.
No.
There's no knowing if Moeka would even be alive if she wasn't around her either. Her life was hell before she was recruited.
What if the... Because we don't know if on the beta attractive field, if she's still around her.
We talked about this last episode.
Did we?
As far as I remember, she still is.
She still is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she is mostly on our side on that game.
Okay.
So you see, because CERN is not really our enemy at that point.
No. Okay.
There's a lot of other enemies we have. CERN is not a concern. So she's actually, doing her journalist job like she's fucking supposed to.
Concern.
Yeah, I know. I said what I said, okay? I know what I fucking said. But she's actually doing her fucking journalist job.
Yeah. Yeah.
For one. And she is helping us with some things. But she's not the most prevalent, but she's there. She's there.
Okay.
And there are some funny moments with her.
Yeah. Is there no other option? No loophole that would allow me to save them both?
Would that be nice, wouldn't it?
Deus Ex Machina?
Well, remember when I told you that would happen in the true ending?
Yeah.
Not that is the Deus Ex Machina, but there definitely is a Deus Ex Machina there. Which is... It annoys some people, but I don't think it's as annoying as you'd expect when I say Deus Ex Machina. But...
We'll see.
You'll have to make that opinion on your own when we get there, I think. People react differently to that. But we all agree, or everyone agrees that it's kind of a Deus Ex Machina. But, whatever.
What if I use Suzuha's time machine?
Good fucking luck with that.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
I could return to the Beta World line, then use her time machine to travel to July 28th.
I think he's getting ahead of himself here, because as far as he knows, there's no Suzuha time machine on the Beta World line, but whatever. As far as he knows.
He saw it.
Yeah, but I don't think he remembers anything that happened on that day.
Oh, no, probably.
That's what I'm saying. As far as he knows, there's none. He's just getting ahead of himself. Yeah.
As far as he remembers.
He's just getting ahead of himself right now.
Because he probably does know, but he probably wouldn't remember.
No, I don't think he does. So much shit happened that day.
Yeah.
So it's hard to know.
It is not
everything was important that day. Even fucking Maya's Upa is important. Okay?
it was not the most important thing for him at the time.
No, he was just like, what the shaking on this building? Goes up to the roof and someone's like, just go back. Everything will proceed as planned. It's like, okay then, I guess.
What is this? That's a weird thing. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah. That's really all. He didn't get to see much more because he just went back. He's like, oh no, whatever.
No, that won't work. The reason Suzuha leapt to 2010 was to prevent CERN from creating a dystopia that only occurs on this world line.
Yes.
If I escaped the Alpha world line, the future Suzuha hoped for would become a reality, and she would have no reason to leap back to 2010. But it seems like she's still gonna.
Which is interesting, right?
No, I was more, considering what you said about Zero, her parents are still gonna meet.
Yes.
So she's most likely still gonna be born.
Yes.
So,
she will definitely still be born. She is also in the game.
On the beta world line, Suzuha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. Alright, then what if I send Kurisu a warning via D-mail?
Then you'd be in the same situation. You'd be put back into the Alpha world line. I know he's just going through the choices, but that is essentially what would happen. It's what triggered this in the first place.
You can't do that. Because if
he sends a D-mail, he gets swung right back into the Alpha world line.
Yeah, if he sends a D-mail, that works.
Yes, of course.
Because there's no guarantee it would work.
No, but if it works like he wants it to...
If it works like he wants it to, he will be put into the Alpha world line because it would be...
It'd be picked up by CERN.
It would be picked up by CERN, and you would have to delete it again, which...
would make her die again, so what's the point?
I could warn her not to attend Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. No, that won't work either. The attractor field model still holds. Remember, causality converges.
ダメだ。
ダメだよ。
俺は
ダメだね。ダメよ。
助けられない。
ダメなのよ。果てがは好きで好き好きでどれだけ I don't
Are you
remember the
done?
rest. I don't remember the rest. Sorry, it's just such a good song, but I don't remember the rest.
Is that on Zero or?
It's in not on Zero. I think it's in 2, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
I think 4 was the first game it was in. I'm not entirely sure, but I definitely know it's in 2.
Kiwabi?
Yeah, I mean, it was all... Yeah, it's not in the original 2. It's in Kiyomi 2, yes. But Kiyomi 2 is basically the definitive version to play now, so whatever.
Yes, it is. They had the opportunity to go back and fix some things.
Fix some things, they remade it entirely.
Well, that's also...
Yeah. It's just because, 3, 4, and 5 are, like, remasters. So they still fixed some things. Like... problematic storylines about controversial stuff nowadays is fixed.
Yeah.
And cut content has been added back in.
I'm powerless against the will of fate.
Got that fucking right.
Whatever should I do?
It's not an easy choice.
No.
It's not easy.
Maybe Mary doesn't die on the current world line.
I fucking highly doubt that, dude.
I cancelled Moika's D-mail, plus I haven't had an opportunity to check the divergence meter since.
Then go and check it.
If the pattern continues, Mayuri's death has been pushed back to the night of the 17th. If Mayuri doesn't die between 6:30 and 7 p.m. that night, then I won't have to face this horrible decision.
Woo! Running from your decisions! Woo!
Sun still takes over the world. Never mind that.
What?
Sun still takes over the world.
I mean, in this attractor field, Mairi has to die. So if she
That
doesn't
too.
die, CERN doesn't take over the world. So
No.
then we're on a different attractor field, basically. That's just a given.
I suppose. I don't see why. Yeah, never mind.
I think she has to die for the resistance to be made in the way that it is.
Yeah.
We know Daro and Okabe is part of the resistance. As well as Suzuha's
Part of?
mom. They're the founders. Co-founders. As well as Suzuha's mom.
As a big difference between, you know.
Yeah, I know. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure she's necessary to die for them to get to where they are in the future.
Yeah. I suppose.
That's the point of it.
Yeah.
It's to make CERN into the enemy who would sacrifice someone close to them for fucking time machine knowledge, right?
Know your enemy. I know it's unlikely. I understand that from all my experiences so far, but still.
Komima!
So many people.
I mean, it's Komima. Don't know what you expected. Japan is a high population density place to be to begin with, especially Tokyo. So I don't know what you expect. People everywhere.
Yeah, Komima runs for 3 straight days, from the 15th to the 17th. It's the final day.
Final day.
Dawn of the final day. All I'm really doing is holding Mairi's bags. Komima's not really my thing, and the crowd is ridiculous, so I wait off to the side. From time to time, Mairi appears with new bags for me to guard, and usually a snack for us to share, but most of the day I spend alone. To some extent, I'm here to escape reality, to empty my mind and forget my fears. Empty your mind!
Sure.
Why is your mind not empty? If you get that, that's cool.
Oh no! Not Nishikata!
But even when I close my eyes... No, I don't remember how this one goes. I can still hear the footsteps of death approaching. Death.
Hey! It's now 6:30. Will she die?
マユリはこれからどうするんだ。まっすぐ家に帰るか。
No, don't go there. We all know what's gonna happen. Mark is gonna come. Don't go there. Every time she's at the lab and it's her time to die, the rounders come and round us up. I made a funny joke. You didn't laugh!
No, I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
This makes me sad.
Ah, yes, Juicy Chicken #1.
Yeah.
じゃあ
Juicy chicken #1.
帰るか。
Remember that time where all we had to worry about was jellifying chicken and bananas? It's been a long while. That's a lot of fucking doujinshi you got there, milady. That's what it is.
I know that.
It's obviously not, 18 plus stuff. Is that what you're thinking?
No, but that's like.
I know.
It's a little hard to separate the two.
But she is not 18. She can't even buy it.
Probably not. No. I
Strict
don't know.
laws for that.
I don't know how well they check at Komima, but I assume there's some kind of thing.
これまでは一度もコミマに一緒に行ったことないよね。オカリーは萌えには興味ないもんね。
Are you... What's the point of that statement? You're not interested in Moe, right? Are you accusing him of something?
No. Boy is just a, you know, a
Is she
Japanese
saying
term.
Is she saying that he's not allowed to be into Moe?
No, it's just like, I'm pretty sure you're not interested in Moe, so why would you come? Kind of thing.
Yeah, right. But this is the way it's written in English.
Yeah.
It's
ロボットアニメには
be
興味はあ
misunderstood.
る。
Robot anime or mecha anime?
He said robot in Japanese, but I can't say whether that means mecha. So what? He likes Astro Boy. That's what I think of when I read robot anime.
Would you call Astro Boy a robot?
How is he not a robot?
He's not controlled by anyone.
No, but he's man-made. Down
Yeah.
to the middle.
So?
He's a robot.
An android?
No, it's not even organic.
What is the other one? Because robot...
You mean cyborg, but that's like still a human soul.
No, cyborg is different.
Yeah.
Cyborg
He's
is
a robot.
is a human infused with artificial
Yes.
parts.
And the opposite of that is an android, which is an artificial soul in an organic body. He is not either of those. He is.
It doesn't have to be a soul, but it is.
Yeah, but
it
I
is an
also-
organic body.
I'm just saying it's an artificial soul as in an artificial consciousness usually.
I don't think soul is the right word to use, but
No, but it
I
was,
get
it was
what
the
you
best word I had.
it's just artificial intelligence, honestly.
But he's not either. Sure, he is a robot who has a heart. He's the first.
He has
of
a
his
mind
kind.
of his own.
Yeah, but he is the first of his kind that has a heart. I agree, but he's not an android because his body's not organic.
No, but I'm pretty sure there's another word because it's
They call him a robot in the manga. I can tell you that much.
I wonder what they call it in Cyberpunk 2077, because there they have robotic humanoids, like completely artificial. I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, I am not 100% sure if that's augmentation or if they are purely artificial. I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't played the game. I'm only trying to remember from the teaser that came out
Many years ago.
many moons ago. That made me like new music. Doesn't have nothing. Because there, yeah, the bullets are like hitting her, or it's, I don't know.
Them? The person?
Looks like female presenting. Who has these things coming out of their arms that are clearly metal, and it's hitting the bullets are hitting the face, and they're just kind of goes off it. The face doesn't get dented or anything. So there it would seem like it's...
All I can say is that Astro Boy is referred as a robot in the original manga. So there is that.
Yeah, but that could also be the thing that we didn't have a proper word for it back then.
I'm pretty sure those words are older in sci-fi literature.
Yeah, but not every word was invented
No,
that long
but
ago.
I'm pretty sure words like these still were.
What about Persona 3, the girl? Is she a robot?
I can't remember what she's actually referred as. I don't remember.
I don't have my phone on me, so I can't look up stuff. Your phone is in here, in case you're wondering. Yeah. Well, yeah, I got it. Okay, so if we say our official body with AI. Okay, that's not gonna work. Because if you search AI, you're just gonna get generative AI. Artificial body with its own mind. Yeah, I'm not looking at I'm not searching about AI. Robots with own mind. Because I don't know what they call the Terminators. I think they're still robots, honestly, because they're still being controlled essentially.
I mean, the thing is, like, we just refer to them as Terminators, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I haven't watched enough movies to actually have knowledge about that. So.
No, they never call them anything but Terminators, and if anything, you distinguish by the different ones by their model number. Yeah. So you have like I forget what model the original one is, but I'm pretty sure the one we see in the second movie, the one that can, you know, shapeshift and whatnot, because it's liquid metal essentially, is like T1000, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. Robot with own mind definition.
You're most likely gonna get Android for that definition.
Android?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because that's an artificial body with that is not.
Androids are
They generally
an artificial mind that is made to look and act like a human.
Yeah, they are supposed to have a mind of their own, but they're still like it is created.
They are most often still following the laws of robots.
Yes, they
Usually when they don't, that's when it becomes a problem. They can still be androids while following that.
Do not kill humans.
Yeah.
Does androids have owners?
Depends on what universe you're in.
But anyways, mechas are essentially just giant robots.
Yeah, you just sit inside the robot.
Yeah.
And control it most of the time.
Mecha is just has become its own word because of anime.
Yes.
What is the full word? Do you know? Of mecha?
don't know.
Because I'm pretty
Mechanical something.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the full
It's
name
probably
for
just
it is.
mechanical robot.
Maybe.
You have to stop.
But
You
it's
have to stop.
to the point where even like in Western like things, even movies and whatnot, we also refer to them as like mecha.
Yeah.
If it is a giant robot where humans, one or more humans are inside to control them.
That, or they call him Gundam. Because Gundam is a mecha.
Yeah. That's where the mecha comes from.
It's one of the first ones, yes.
It is the one that popularized it, at least.
In the
If
West,
anything.
maybe. I don't know about Japan. There are a few that came out around the same time. Gundam was one of them, but they're not ongoing any longer. So
No.
you can also argue that Macross, but I think Macross is a little bit newer than Gundam.
Yeah, is it not?
I think it's a little bit newer, but it's still like from the 80s. I think the first Macross.
What about Gatchaman?
I don't actually know if the original Gatchaman was at Mecha. I don't fucking know, but I know it's from the 70s, just like
I would
Gundam.
assume so.
just like Gundam is.
It's sort of the same idea.
Mm.
Though I think it is probably closer to something like Iron Man mecha.
Yeah, it's like an
Rather
Iron Man
than-
mecha where you get bigger essentially as well, but it's not the
Yeah.
same.
Your inside is suit
Yeah,
rather than a big robot.
yeah. I
But
don't
that
remember
is
how
still-
the original Gatchaman is because it's very different from Gatchaman Crowds. So.
Yeah. It's just-
It's also
but
from
maybe
the
they weren't
70s.
fully covered in those suits, but they definitely had suits on.
They were fully covered.
They were fully
Yeah,
covered?
they were fully covered because
So-
they're 3D.
In the original.
No, in the new one.
I'm talking about the original.
Oh, I didn't. How the fuck was I supposed to know? Gatchaman!
Because that's the last thing we talked about.
Like when I look at the picture, this is all I see.
Ah, yeah, okay, so it's more more Kamen Rider,
Yeah.
honestly. Okay.
I mean, it is made by Tatsunoko Productions, so
yeah.
it's also called Science Ninja Team.
Yeah.
Gatchaman.
Ow. What am I thinking? I keep forgetting what the original title is, but Power Rangers is sort of mecha. They at least have the option of
Oh
Getting
my
bigger machines
god!
that they
I did
can-
not know that was what it was in English.
what?
Battle of the Planets is the same as Gatchaman.
Battle of the Planets?
Yeah, Battle of the Planets.
What?
Yeah.
So they're fighting aliens?
I mean, they were always fighting aliens. Also in Crowds.
Was it?
Yeah.
Don't remember. That probably makes sense, yeah. Okay.
I was just like, I remember Battle of the Planets.
Hmm.
I didn't know that was Gatchaman.
But Power Rangers, sort of Kamen Rider, but also with a hint of mecha
Yeah.
because of their their machines that they could pop into that can fuse together and become a big one. Ultron? No, it's not Ultron. That's not this one. That's a different one.
That's Marvel.
No. I'm thinking of no. Ultron is not only Marvel. There's also this big thing where you have a bunch of things go together to become a big scary
Oh,
thing.
you think of Voltron?
Voltron, yes, thank you. That's what I was thinking of. Fucking Trons.
I mean, they
Mm,
are
I mean-
all Trons, aren't they?
What is a Tron?
I don't fucking know. Something mechanical. Digital.
A game?
Yeah, in a movie. It's also in Kingdom Hearts.
Well, that's because Disney owns Tron now.
I mean, it was Kingdom Hearts 2, so you can't say now. Back then, they also owned it.
But not when the original came out.
This also wasn't based on the original, I'm pretty sure.
No. It was the Tron 2. Or
Legacy, wasn't that what it's called?
no?
No?
Was
It's
it
not
a
called Tron
remake?
Legacy?
Was it a
It was a continuation. It was like
Was
the
it?
sun. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be like the sun.
Well, I know they're making a new one
Yeah.
with 9 Inch
Yeah,
Nails.
it's called Tron Legacy
Legacy. Okay.
from 2020.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Considering the
It is
the
yeah,
story.
it is his father was the one in the
Yeah.
original movie.
It is about legacy.
You figure that out throughout the movie.
Yeah. I never watched that movie.
I have. It's okay.
It's okay.
Standard.
What about the music?
I don't remember nothing about the music, so I can't tell you that.
Because that was made by Daft Punk,
Yeah, I don't know about
which is
this one.
great.
I don't know about this one.
Daft Punk, think.
It's a while ago, you know.
But Daft Punk, I think you can kind of categorize as electronic jazz.
Yes, that's probably pretty close.
Yeah, it is definitely like it's an interesting genre that they have planted themselves in. But they do also, obviously, like all. Hey,
Music's
Carl.
still done by Daft Punk.
What?
In Legacy.
Oh yeah, in Legacy it was made by Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that.
Okay,
That's what I was saying.
I thought you said the original was made by that.
No. Daft
Okay.
Punk does not exist back then.
I fucking know how old it is. I don't listen to it.
It's from 70s, 80s?
80s.
That's the original movie, is
Yeah,
it?
the original came out in the 80s.
Yeah, Daft Punk is 90s, if anything. If not even after the millennium.
Came out in 82.
Yeah. So Daft Punk is not that old.
Yeah, the music in the original is by Wendy Carlos. Whoever that is. I don't fucking know.
A trans woman.
I don't know who Wendy Carlos is. Doesn't help me. Saying they're trans does not help me recognize them. One, there are too many people who are trans nowadays for me to know just based on that. Two, it tells me nothing about the music this person makes.
She is very much a person who is a figure to show that trans people are not necessarily that new of a thing. And also, it is not new at all.
I mean, no. But it was just the way you said it. It's like, that tells me absolutely fucking nothing.
I have shared stuff about her on Facebook.
Okay.
I believe it's her. What did you say her name was again?
Wendy Carlos. Born Walter Carlos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wendy?
Yeah.
Carlos?
Carlos.
Yeah, okay.
Spanish Carlos.
Yeah. I'm a composer and electronic musician.
Yeah.
So, she did some very popular stuff back then.
Technically, the original Tron was owned by Disney.
It was?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's at least what it says here. But Tron for Walt Disney Productions.
Interesting.
It's distributed by Buena Vista, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, she also did a lot of music for some Stanley Kubrick films, which is a renowned producer.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about his name.
Yeah. So stuff like Clockwork Orange and The Shining.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched either of those. I just know his name. I know him by name only.
Yeah.
I know of The Shining, but
the Stephen King novel.
yes.
Originally.
But that's it.
And A Clockwork Orange is an important movie. Let's say that.
I
Don't
mean,
know if you necessarily have to watch it.
They must be, since I know the name of this director here.
Yeah.
That's how much importance that must be.
But not so much that I... Did I read the other one?
Yes.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said
yeah.
that, so...
He said that. But not so much that I'd line up early in the morning for Komima each year, like Daru and Mayuri. Daru's there for fucking...
He's also there for doujinshi like she is. He just has his own
どうし
doujinshi.
て今日は付き合ってくれたの？
his lolly doujinshi.
Sure. I just said he has his own doujinshi. You've seen from the games he plays that he doesn't really discriminate on those parts.
No, not necessarily.
He's just gonna get all the 18 plus fucking doujinshi he can get his hands on because now he's plus 18.
Yep.
That's all.
Yep. And all them visual novels and whatnot
Yep.
that are also being sold there.
And art.
And art.
Visual merch and art.
Hmm.
それは
Well, surprisingly, he doesn't wear any of it.
No.
To confirm your death. Those words pop into my head, but I quickly shake them away. Away! Why am I so set on Mayuri dying?
It's like I wanted to die or something.
The interesting part is that...
You're not set on Mayuri dying. You're running away from making the choice before you're sure that she will die in this world line.
You're trying to
Ascertain.
see if you don't have to make a choice.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have
He's
to
trying to
sacrifice
ascertain
that.
whether he actually has to consider this choice
Hmm.
as necessary or not. Which is fair.
Only
honestly.
considering the people around him, not the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah. Her
'Cause-
dying or not is what makes this choice become relevant
Yeah.
in his head.
Yeah.
At the moment.
I was saying something. I forget what I was saying.
I don't know. I need to go get something to drink.
Yeah.
I have run out of tea.
Oh no.
I know.
Do you want to take a break? Do
What?
you want to take a break?
No, that's fine. I just need to go get my bottle.
Oh, okay. I mean, you also have a soda. Oh, okay. Oh, I was saying something. I forget what it was. Oh well, probably not important. I want her to live. Remember?
それは
On one of the world lines, we have Mayuri actually die at Koima.
Yes.
Which is interesting because that doesn't follow the 24-hour thing.
Yes, it does.
No, it was during Komima. It wasn't after Komima.
But it was still in the evening. It was still in the evening. They just left very late.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not how it seemed
It's
like.
Lukaku's ending where it happened. Pretty sure.
Anyways.
気まぐれだ
Sure you do.
I just felt like it. That's what I do. I do stuff I want to do.
そっか
Like, wait. I opened the fridge and just like, what this?
Ow, ow, ow.
Wait, it's cold. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
But I was like, do you want to see what's in here?
Mm.
No, it's cold. I'm gonna go away now.
Hmm. And one's out.
Yeah. he's just sitting on my hand.
You
I
could
need to
just...
get the soda.
Well, okay. I suppose that's not really something you could just say, considering Japanese culture.
That what?
That he likes her.
Oh.
But, you know, not necessarily a romantic way.
Yeah.
Just, you know, that he likes her, but
Yeah.
I don't...
He's already said
No,
many, many times that she's like a younger sister to him.
Yeah,
It's
but...
not a secret, I don't think.
No, but still, it's just... Or just say, I wanted to spend some time with you.
Yeah, he's too prideful for that. He's a tsuntun when it comes to that shit. This is Japanese.
Yeah, and we call Kurisu a tsundere.
Well, she's a tsundere because she tsuntun first and then got dere. This guy is just tsuntun when it comes to
Just
prideful
tsuntun?
shit.
Yeah. Mm.
Well, when it comes to something that could hurt his pride as a mad scientist, he becomes all deflective and tsuntun.
Yeah.
Which is how it is with a lot of Japanese people, honestly.
Mm.
Because they don't talk about their feelings.
Yeah. Suddenly, silencia.
Silencia, Mayuri.
What else can I say? How do you tell someone they're going to die? You don't have
You
to
don't tell them.
You don't have to tell her.
ルカ子がコスプレして恥ずかしがっているところを見て笑ってやろうと思ったのだが来ていなくて残念だった。
Could be worse.
I suppose.
It's a weak save, but could be worse.
Yeah. This is the, like, so I came to laugh at him.
It's a joke.
I know,
And she knows
but
that.
it's just...
Mm. He's trying to lighten up the mood.
ルカ君絶対大人気になっちゃうのにね。いろんなブログに画像アップされまくってね。新聞社のニュースサイトにも載って海外にも紹介されちゃったりするよ。
People overseas would even see the cuteness that is looking for.
Is that not what we're doing right now?
No, it's the way she said it. It's like
yeah.
people will take pictures and it goes on the internet, and then even people overseas will truly come to know the cuteness that is Lukaku. I'm like, that escalated very quickly, but okay. Lukaku is adorable.
Lukaku takes over the world.
Yeah.
Lukaku is the new son.
そしたらルカ君はワールドワイドなスーパースターよ。
Lukaku becomes a cult.
で、マユシーはそれを見て遠いところに行っちゃった
Lukaku will become a worldwide superstar, as Mayushi literally said in Japanese. What a white superstar!
Mm.
本当にそうなりそうだから困る。
ねえ、オカリ
That one
今日はね
goddamn
ありが
crest
とう
feather that's poking up above all others is so cute.
Yeah, but it's not ready to be preened completely yet. I have been trying multiple times.
Yep, you're pulling at the same feather. We need you to stop until we get you to the vet on Friday. Yeah.
Hopefully we
No,
can
no.
figure something out.
突然。
There's no guarantee though.
No, I know.
だってね、さっきも言ったけどオカリンと一緒にコミマ来たの初めてだもん。
Hey, Pearls. Question is if it is going to be necessary to take a blood test.
I don't know.
Like, because maybe some blood work can tell us what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what Jesper says.
Yeah. I hope not,
No.
because that's a bigger thing to do because she's so small and has a small amount of blood.
Yeah. Not to mention it's also expensive.
Yeah, it is.
The blood work. Yeah.
But if that's what's necessary, then that's what's necessary.
We'll have to see.
マユシーは結構嬉しかったよ。あ、でもね、次はオカリンもコスプレしてくれるともっと嬉しいかも。
考えておく。
That's right. Don't think negative thoughts.
It's not like she's about to die or anything.
Think about a fun, bright future.
いいの？本当に？
まゆり自身もコスプレして参加するならな。それだけじゃなく、ルカ子とそれとクリスティーナも呼ぼう。二人にコスプレさせるよう説得しろ。そこまでできたなら、真打ちとしてこの俺が狂気のマッドサイエンティスト王院京馬としてコミマに降臨しようではないか。
Will Grace come out with the August presents?
All of us, laughing and smiling together, just imagine a future like that.
Yeah.
そっか。道は険しいね。
I mean, if we save and stop here, she'll never die.
Yeah, but they also will never get to cosplay together.
No. But she'll never die.
That doesn't solve
でも
anything.
ね、今ちょっと想像してみたらとっても楽しそう。
It's kind of like my argument for not finishing well, God only knows. Even though that's not really the reason. It's just more the case that it came out, I didn't really get to read it when it came out, and I kept like being reminded that it was out and was like, oh, I should read that at some point, but then keep forgetting, and now I'm like, maybe it's better if I just read it from the beginning again.
Oh god.
Not that long.
Oh, but still.
Because...
Not that I can say anything. I sometimes also read things over again.
Yeah. Because
Or
it's
watch
like,
things over
am I gonna get the ending the way they intend me to if I read it now, so many years later? So, but if that's the case, then I'd rather wait until I'm able to actually buy the physical mangas.
それにクリスちゃんはコスプレに興味津々みたいだったし、脈あるかも。
Which I have no idea when that's gonna happen. There's a lot of things I want to buy of mangas and
頑
whatnot,
張ってみるね。
but I don't know what to prioritize.
Now it's almost 7.
We arrive at the lab.
He's like smiling, son. He's like, wait a minute.
Left the lab. I've got a bad feeling about this. Is Moika going to ambush us? On the previous world line, I forgave Moika and Tenuchi. But that has already been undone.
Yeah, does not matter.
This is a new world line. New? I suppose. I mean, he hasn't experienced this one, I suppose. The Rounders are still alive, and they're still after the Time Leap machine. Yes. Yes, they are.
And Moika has not been abandoned.
マユリ、ここでちょっと待ってろ。
Like that's going to stop it. She's gonna get shot down in the alley.
I walk down the street towards Kuramaebashi Doi. I'm careful not to take my eyes off Mairi. I surveyed the surroundings, searching for any signs of enemy presence.
Car!
What do I do? What do I do? Scooby-Doo! What do I do?
It's not like you'll die, so...
Will I die in Mayuri's place?
No.
No. If that will save her, if that will end this, then maybe it's for the best.
It won't. She'll just jump in front and push you to the side. That's what Maya will do.
No, I don't want to die yet. To contradictory emotions collide in my mind. My body doesn't know which way to turn. Will I be the one to die? Okay. Up.
Yeah, I also had that.
Something slams into my back.
Yeah, the sequence is like from the anime. And when it's playing in succession of this, it's actually quite powerful.
And there, lying in the center of the road, is Mary.
Yeah. Again! I might add.
In a position I'm pretty sure we've seen before.
Most likely last time we got run over by a car.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just different background.
You can reuse animation for that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing essentially that happened again, so you know.
Did she protect?
Yeah, she protect you.
But she no attack.
No, she cannot.
She only protect.
She only protect.
But that's not what I wanted.
Okari.
Mayuri. ごめん。俺のせいで。
やっとマユシーはオカリンの
Her hand wanders as if seeking something.
役に立てたよ。
何を。
But this time it's too much. This time is all my fault.
マユリ、ここからじゃあんまり星が見えないな。こんなのあんまりだろう。
Why did she have to die like this? I don't know. Fate? Fate chose this? Am I going, pals? Oh, be careful. Don't fall. I'm just gonna... There we go. Hi. Can you come over? Yeah. Oh. What possible meaning could this death have? Mary's death can't be avoided.
やっと役に立てたって。一体どういう意味なんだよ。なあ。
Pearls? No. No. First of all, it's you'll slide down. Second of all,
You make nice.
yeah. Pen. That has pen. No.
No, she got mad because I moved.
Yeah.
She'll get back to it when she actually wants to play with it. Well, back in time! We're back in time! 2 days.
Gotta go back in time.
Yeah.
The sky is blue. I'm on the roof of the lab after going back in 54 hours with 2 time leaps.
Ow, 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 ow! She stepped on my wound, absolute ass.
She doesn't know.
No, but it still hurt! Why are you so violent today? You choose violence on everything she does. Even printing her feathers is violence today.
I wanted more time to think. That's why I came back. But how? This equation. Oh my goodness. This equation has no solution. No matter what I choose, I make someone dies.
Yes, no matter what choice I make, someone dies.
Ow.
Someone has very sharp claws. Yeah.
No, she bit me.
She also has sharp claws.
She bid me to climb up.
Because you were in the way, or because you wanted to climb?
Because she wanted to climb.
Okay. Not much you can fall for her there. She does not understand that skin is not made to be bitten to climb.
No.
Only our clothes. And our clothes aren't the same place at all times, so it's hard for her to understand.
Suzu had told me that 2010 is a point of great divergence at the attractor field level. I think that divergence had already commenced by the time I sent the email reporting Kurisu's death.
Most likely, yes.
So when did divergence begin? Now that I think about it, Reading Starter activated that day when I sent the email that started it all.
Yeah, boy! It's a great word.
At that moment, every pedestrian and vehicle on the main street of Akiba suddenly vanished. Into thin air.
No, not into thin air. They are somewhere else. They exist somewhere else, just not there.
That was the moment I moved to the Alpha World line.
Yep.
The real problem is the timing of the D-mail. I moved to the Alpha World line after Kurisu died. If I had sent the email before she died, then I might have been able to intervene, even now on this world line. Yes, if you didn't know. I suppose. Who killed her anyway? I still don't know. What if I identify the murderer and send them a D-mail warning them off? Would that prevent her death? No. The more I think about it, the more futile it seems. Persistence is futile.
Basically.
Yeah. When fate wants someone dead, nothing can stop it.
No.
Well, except for a
You have to
attractive
put in
field
a
change.
yeah, but you have to put in a lot of effort, and it can be very like cumbersome and take a long while and be complex to actually change the will of fate to that point. Sending one D-mail will most likely not change that.
No. Is there really no way to save Kurisu?
Oh, that's Kurisu.
What are you doing upside down?
こんなところで何してる？
What do you mean?
She's upside doodly.
Because he's laying down!
That doesn't mean anything.
With his head facing her.
Yeah?
Therefore, it would be upside doodly. That's how that works.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, in our eye, it will display as not upside down. Our brain will
Our
interpret
brain
it
will still interpret it that way, so it's still upside down. Because it gets mirrored when it goes through our lens. So what gets reflected into our cornea is upside down.
upside down or upside down?
Upside doodly.
Upside doodly.
If you're gonna ask a question like that, upside doodly.
Okay. Well, I was more like, do you mean upside down as in what we see is upside down, or upside down as in she's gonna be upside down? that
I'm
make
not
sense?
even sure what you're asking.
No, I guess that doesn't make sense.
I understand that
よくここ
that
が
image
分
we
かっ
had
た
before in your cornea after it goes through the lens. She'll not be upside down. She will be mirrored still though. But that's not what we see. It's just what goes through the lens and gets reflected.
How mirrored?
On both axes.
Both
Yeah.
axes. Yeah. Okay.
Both axes.
Well, at least our brain is able to interpret it correctly.
I mean, it should be. Otherwise, why would we have a function like this?
Why do we have a function like this?
I assume because of the way our brain works and the way that the part of the visual fields are divided.
No. Because of the lens.
Yes, but why do we need a lens? That's the question.
I don't know. But the lens is
yes,
the
the
thing
lens
that
does it, I know.
does it.
But the question is just why do we have an eyeball that has a lens and has to mirror things?
Can we have an eyeball without a lens?
I mean, with the current way the eyeball works, it wouldn't work.
No, but it's just... Do we know any animals or such that has an eye that does not have a lens?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. But that wasn't my argument either way. It's just like, why evolutionary do eyes have lenses in them?
Because they're round.
What do you mean by that?
They're not flat?
What is not flat?
The eye?
Yeah, but the lens is flat!
No, the lens is... No. Hang the fuck up there.
The lens is curved but flat!
It's not flat!
It looks like a fucking lentil!
A lentil is not flat.
But it's not fucking round now, is it?
No, but the lens is the way it is because the rest of it, the eye is round. It has
But
to...
why are our eyes round? Then.
So they can more easily move around. It is
There are
easier...
a lot of animals
It is
where you
easy...
can't do that.
It is... No, but we, as a species, need our eyes to be able to move around so we can better see things.
Oh, yeah, I
So we don't have
understand
to
that.
move our head all the time.
I understand that, but I was making the argument based on the fact that every animal has a lens.
Yeah. At least would think so. But I also, like, all animals can, to some extent, move their eyes. Not as...
That's not what I was searching for.
Okay.
I was searching for animals without eye lenses, and Google is like, here are some animals without eyes! I'm like, that's not what I'm searching for, thank you! I know a sea urchin doesn't have any eyes!
Is the sea urchin an animal?
Yes, it is alive as an animal.
Oh. So insects are also animals?
It literally says, I mean, it says animals without eyes on Google, that's all I can say.
Yeah, but it's just more like...
Insects aren't under this.
No, but... Insects
No,
are
technically
alive.
there's a butterfly, I don't fucking know. Apparently a swallowtail butterfly does not have eyes.
Lots of bugs don't have eyes. They have, instead of eyes, they have like...
Yeah, but it's the only one named here, which is funny.
I don't know. But they typically have some other way of, navigating. Snails don't have eyes? Most snails don't have eyes?
No, they don't. I also completely forgot that moles don't have eyes either.
Yeah. Which is why their nose is the way it is. Because they need to use smell. And in some instances also tentacles on the nose.
Yeah, I can feel.
Yeah. Depending on what kind of mole it is.
Someone paid you a visit and you didn't even notice.
Oh. No, I did not.
Anyways, it wasn't as easy to search on, so I'm gonna give up for now, because when I search for it, they're just like animals without eyes. I'm like, that was not my point. But I guess that just means that if they have eyes, they have a lens. I would assume.
Yeah. Because I assume that eyes, the way we understand eyes, is that they are, in some form or another, round. Whether, not
The eyeball is.
The eyeball is, yes.
That's a important distinction.
Yeah. Which is why it's called an eyeball.
Mm.
Because it's round.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I was just wondering if there were any
But-
animals that didn't follow the common anatomy.
No, I don't think so.
But it doesn't look like it.
The only thing that really changes is the iris, I would say.
Yes.
That's the black part, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That is what changes, so that can change how they see things. Insects are a little special,
Yes.
as far as we know. But they still essentially have eyes. Some of them has like eyes in the form where they see multiple images
To
at
create
once.
a 3D image.
I don't know if that's like I don't.
That's at least how it is for.
Yeah,
Some of them.
I don't completely understand it.
No.
I don't know enough about it.
だったら一人にさせてくれ。わざわざ探さなくていい。俺は迷子の子供じゃない。
But you are a lost little boy.
Yeah, literally. You are.
何よ
Yeah, you're a lost cause.
人が心配して探しに来たのに
I mean, she's right, but also you're being a
心
tsundsun
配は
about
し
this.
てないけど
There's not a word about you or anything. There you go. That's the tsundere.
Except
She's
well,
clearly worried, and then she just tries to contradict herself.
Yeah.
Like it
Does that
fucking
thing-
matters at this point.
あんたのことなんて放っておこうかと思った
Uh-huh.
ただ一昨日の岡部なんか変だったからまあいつも変なんだけどいつも以上にって意味で
Weird as in you're not yourself.
Yeah. But she's like, technically you're always weird, but you know, weirder than usual.
Different weird.
Yeah.
Different how?
くそまずい
I don't know! Different!
Yeah.
何があった
You know, different from how you're normally weird. Crappy oatmeal. How dare you diss oatmeal?
That's a weird... Okay. I don't have anything against oatmeal.
No, it's great.
Yeah. Nice and filling.
Mm.
And light on, you know, bad stuff.
Yeah, just with the pinch of
Nice.
salt as well in there. Mm.
Whatever you want to put in there. Or maybe just nothing.
I do appreciate a little bit of salt. It makes it a little bit better.
Ooh.
Just a pinch of salt. But I also, you know, don't make it with milk, so.
No.
だったらなんでセルンへのクラッキングをやめたの
お前だってクラッキングは良くないと言っていただろう。
タイーホフラグが立ってビビったんですねわかります
Fucking otaku speak again. Here we go.
せめて順法精神に目覚めたと言ってくれ。
全然らしくないないつもの独善的な態度はどこ行ったのよ狂気のマッドサイエンティスト法王院京馬のくせに
Oh.
独善的でなんかいられるか。
Probably, yeah, it comes as a surprise to her because, you know, she's not really been there for the
独
journey.
善的じゃいられないんだ。
We completely understand Okabe. It's like, this is not a time to be playing mad scientist.
Mm.
I'm making a very difficult choice and I don't know what to do.
I have forced my ego on others before. Susua, Faris, Yukiko. I sacrificed their dreams for the sake of my goal.
Yes.
For my jail. That's spelled different. But you just changed the A and O.
Yeah, okay. I was like, did I hear you say jail? I did. Good. I just wanted to make sure I actually heard what you said. I'm like, where did that come from? Yeah,
Well,
it is
goal and jail being very close.
Yeah, they are really closely
spelling?
spelled. If you spell it the British way.
If you spell it the correct way.
if you spell it the American way and you don't know there's a British way to spell jail, you'd be oddly confused about what we're talking about here. But go look it up. You'll learn something new. They're pronounced exactly the same.
You probably need to stop doing that.
Hmm?
Your wound.
Oh, I'm just, right now I'm just going over it because it's slightly itchy. I'm not trying to do anything.
Yeah, but you're gonna end up doing something. Trust me. That's what I always do. I know how it is for things like that to be itchy, and you're like... And at first you're like, oh, well, I'm just gonna, like, try and itch it in a way where it's not gonna create any problems, but then you lose focus on it for like a second, and now it's bleeding all over the place. No, you won't.
You're not the one who has to pay the price. Right now.
Am I not allowed to care?
You're allowed to care, but you can't force me to stop.
No,
That's all I'm saying.
but you're acting as if... No, I'm not sure, actually. You're acting as if I shouldn't care? No, that's not it.
Doesn't know what I mean at all.
No.
It's fine that you care, but
it's like you won't even listen to me.
well, I just feel like I need to do something with my fingers, and my skin is the closest, and that doesn't help.
No.
No.
I have a few fidgety things in the...
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Have you tried
I
that?
have tried a lot of them when I was a kid. It doesn't help.
I have stuff that didn't exist back then.
Yeah, but my general experience with it is that it's not the greatest.
So you're not willing to try?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. Then we'll leave it at
Can't
that.
be sure that it's gonna work.
I'm not gonna try and convince you if you don't want to.
And this wound is still from Eiko. By the way.
Oh, that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's probably a lot worse than what it used to be.
Nah, it's because the infection has gone into it after she did it. I did wash, but apparently it wasn't good enough.
But you also keep, going at your wounds.
Well, I think this one not as much. It's just a little bit itchy around the edges still. Eiko. She did hit me quite hard there.
Okay. I don't remember how it looked when it happened.
No. I mean, an infection had got into it later, so it got red.
Yeah,
Longer to heal because of it.
obviously.
It does also sometimes, start bleeding when I'm taking a shower. So.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I have things that can help your itching problem. If I can reach it.
If you can get it. Yeah, I can't reach my leg from here now. You moved my leg away from me.
There you go. Any other places?
At the moment.
Okay. No. It is available. I justified it by telling myself that it was necessary to save Maori. I weighed their suffering against the alternative and made myself righteous choice. But this time, the alternatives are impossible to compare.
One life for another.
仲間のどちらを見殺しにするかって決断を前にして独善的でいられたらむしろどれだけ楽だっただろうな。
Because Twitcher. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's a cat there. Person's like, oh.
Oh, God,
She's
no.
like, she's keeping an eye.
For a good reason.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
getting a bit hungry.
Huh. I'm not.
We're also
We
different.
probably should also. Oh, sorry. We very soon will come to the point where the part of the chapter that's going to be the same in both endings are gonna stop. So there might be a place for us to stop there.
Yeah, we can do
It is
that.
also approximately halfway through the final chapter. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, let's try and not sidetrack too much.
What?
Let's try not to sidetrack too much.
Yeah.
But we've done that a lot.
After this talk with
this episode.
Kurisu, near the end of it actually, because if we get interrupted, is when it stops being the same. So.
What are you on about?
No. Christina. 俺は所詮ただの学生なんだよ。狂気のマッドサイエンティスト。
Even then,
Yeah.
you are a single human being.
Yeah.
そんなの全部
He's just a
妄想だ。
student, a 19-year-old college student who studies physics.
気づかなかっただろ。
I bet you had no idea! What do you mean?
What the fuck are you on about?
Kurisu's like, I may have figured that out when we first met. I don't know if you realized, but I didn't believe it from the start, dude.
When we first met, yes.
Which one of them?
Which one of them?
We first met 3 times, according to one of us.
What if I hadn't found Kurisu's baddie back then?
It's too fucking late. Okabe.
If I hadn't seen Kurisu dead, I wouldn't have interrogated her before the seminar at ATF.
It's really interesting when you put it out that they've met for the first time 3 times. It's like they are 2 people. How the fuck did that work?
Yeah.
Because first Kurisu comes, and Okabe's like, "Who are you?" And she's like, "What do you mean? We literally just saw each other." Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God.
Which would have meant that he has met her before that. And then we also met her in this world line.
Without hearing me call her a zombie, she wouldn't have taken an interest in me.
I'm not sure that's the part she was interested in, but you know what? Whatever.
You go off, my dude.
Continue. I'll let you cook. I don't think it's gonna be very good.
This is your time.
Yeah, we'll let you fucking cook.
She wouldn't have cook.
Yeah.
That
He's
would
cooking, okay?
that would mean that this is gonna amount to.
I didn't say it was gonna be good cooking, okay? He's trying his best right now.
I guess you could say that cooking is gonna kill someone.
I mean, yeah, that's the end product he's coming at. He's like, okay, there are 2 different dishes I can make. If I make one of them, I have to not make the other one. Which one do I make? That's how you put that in.
No, it doesn't matter which one he makes, because someone's gonna die from it.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Either he makes one choice and he sacrifices the other.
No, the way you're setting it up is like, if he makes one dish, he can't make the other dish.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's like, if you make both dishes, both people die. That's how I'm looking at it. Because by making a dish, the required person will then eat it and die from it.
Okay.
Sort of analogy. That's how I'm getting at it.
That is not what I was getting at all.
So if you, yeah, for me the dish is what kills.
Okay,
the dish is
that's not what I meant.
For you, the dish is what saves.
Yes. It's like if they're starving, that's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah, no, for me, I was looking at it from the point of view as if his cooking is like yours cooking. It's gotta kill someone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm amazed it hasn't.
Yeah,
He
honestly.
should stop being an assassin and just kill people by making them food. I think that would be a lot easier.
I mean, there's the issue that first she would have to learn how to make it look good. Because she doesn't necessarily know how to make it look good. Or at least not at the start. She kind of learns.
That she can be taught.
That she could be taught, I suppose. Hopefully.
Yeah, you know exactly what that sound is. Yes, you stop, yeah.
Ultimately, we would have never built the time leap machine, leaving me without the means to save Maori.
Yes, given that you technically did this to save her, but yes. It does leave you without a way to save Kurisu, though.
Yeah. Warm. Well, not cold.
Alright, cool. Hey.
What's she doing? I can't see her from here.
She's over. No, she's putting her claws into the fucking silicone. Stop that! Off the door!
Hey!
She's just staring at you like, what?
No!
You can't do that! Before she was just sniffing it, but then I started hearing pulling sounds, and I was like, stop that. And then she did it again! And I saw her do it.
Yeah, she don't care.
No. Only when I get angry.
Like, if I try to stop her,
She just looks at you like, what? I didn't do anything.
And then she continues.
Yeah.
I have to use water.
Yeah. Me, she's scared of when I get angry.
Yeah. We would not be as close as we are right now.
答えて岡部。どういう意味なの？
I'm unsure if you would even know each other, considering Kurisu is dead in that timeline, Okabe!
Well, they've met each other.
Yes. Apparently twice.
So, at least acquaintances.
Yeah, but he's like, not as close. I'm like, no fucking shit! You've barely been with her for 10 minutes!
Well,
どうしても言わないとダメか。
yeah, I would assume so. I don't know how long their first meeting was.
As far as
Depending on what she says.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure what she insinuated was that he came to her looking worried, said something, and then left. So, not very long. I'm pretty sure that's what she insinuated.
Yeah.
She at least said that he looked worried when speaking to her. And he's like, what are you talking about? I never met you before.
Yeah.
今さら遠慮するな。
You want to choose your own death?
Oh, she's not going to.
だっ
She's
た
still
ら
gonna make him choose, or she still says that
覚悟して
you're
く
not
れ。
at fault is what she's gonna go with here.
これから話すのは
Oi!
相談じゃない。
But still,
事
like,
実だ。
would you want to know this kind of stuff?
She's trying to lessen his burden.
I know. I
She
understand.
doesn't actually know what's happening.
No, she doesn't know that she is, you
Yeah.
know. Which is what makes this hard. It's like, well,
Yeah.
if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
So obviously you would want to get to know what it is they're so worried about. But if you get to know, then you know. But would you want to know?
お前にとっては死亡宣告になる。
I mean, I guess that's a way to
俺
warn
は
her.
説明したよな。セルにクラッキングをすることで、マユリが死ぬことのないベータ世界線へたどり着けると。
2036年のセルンのディストピアもなくなる。自由な未来が待ってるバラ色の世界線。そんな風に聞こえた。
Comparatively.
Everyone lives! But you. Everyone is free! But you.
When she says everyone, she says the world, so...
Sawarado!
Yeah, Sekai is what she said. Is that you?
I don't know. I'm a little unsure.
Didn't sound like her, but...
No. It sounded more like a squeak from a mechanical thing.
Yeah.
Yabai! 元凶となった最初の
The
D
fucking subject of that message. Yabai. Written in katakana nonetheless. He means it.
He's emphasizing it.
He is emphasizing that shit's bad, yo.
ベータ世界線ではそのメールの内容が実際に起きた。
Kurisu is a genius. I have no doubt that she understands.
She does. She just never really maybe thought that what he wrote in the message was what happened. Because he's only really talked about sending a message that said that she was stabbed. Never talked to them about what actually happened that day. Probably didn't want to remember it.
No, plus she probably just would have written it off as him being like, you know, in coma or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, in coma.
There's a reason I thought she was dead.
Yeah.
ベータ世界線ではお前は
もう死んでる。
お前はもう死んでいる。I mean, that's
7
technically
月
true.
28日に死んでいるんだ。クリス
死んでいる。
Technically, he said 死んでいるんだ。
死んでいる。
Sure.
死んでいる。死んでいる。死んでいる。
I hope nobody who's Japanese is watching this right now. It must be quite aggressive.
Sorry.
You're basically just screaming, "I'm dying!" or "You're dying!" or something. Like, someone's dying, and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Fucking aggressive. You know?
Can you blame me?
Yes, I can, because you know what it means.
To an extent.
Yes.
Okay, should I then be like, she ne?
That's even worse. Because now you're telling someone to go die.
Yeah, I'm telling Kurisu to go die.
Oh my god.
Don't do that. Poor tablet.
It's fine.
It's not fine. You don't even have protection glass on it. I think.
No, I don't.
Yeah. So it's not fine.
It's fine.
そしてそれは
And you lecture
アト
me.
ラクターフィールド理論による収束のせいでどうしても回避できない。
Yeah.
Hey, you're using it for its intended purpose.
Yeah, because it's you everywhere now.
Mm.
His stick ain't gonna help me now.
No.
マユリを救おうとするなら俺はお前を見殺しにしないといけないんだ。
Sometimes I wonder how she keeps her boots on. They're not zipped.
No, but maybe they just, you know, like...
Either they're gonna be fairly easy to get into and they're gonna fall off, or they're gonna be very hard to get into. And they're gonna hurt.
What about yours?
Mine, what mine?
Your shoes. You don't untie them.
No, but they're still tied.
Put them on and take them off.
That's different from boots. They're still tied. Boots, you can't really change the tension around. There's a reason why with boots you tend to zip them up.
Because boots can't sit snugly around your feet.
The shape these boots have?
Also, it's anime.
Yeah, I know. Her entire outfit doesn't make sense, honestly.
No. Well, at least it looks
mean,
like
it's not-
she has, you know, belts on her
Yeah,
arms.
I mean, it's
for
not
some
physically
reason.
impossible, but it doesn't make sense.
No. I don't see why people would dress like that.
No.
Kurisu says nothing.
Nothing at all!
Nothing at all. She's staring out across the cityscape. Her eyes look distant. I see neither fear nor sadness in her face. She seems accepting.
ねえ、岡部。アトラクタフィールドってどこまで信憑性があると思う？
So far, it's been proving to be true.
信憑性
That's all I can say.
Hmm.
100% seems to be the case.
We have a
What, five?
few
Yeah.
a few data points at least,
Yeah.
and either we're very unlucky,
As in, statistically, very unlucky.
as in we lose every time.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah. Or this theory actually is pretty credible.
Yeah.
And there is no statistical lose-win point. It's just a lose.
受け売りでしょ？
I mean, yes, but why
But
would
it
she
makes
lie?
sense.
Why would she lie?
Also, yeah.
She's lived through it. I know that there might still be things they don't know about time travel in 36. She knows of, at least, but it's still been widely accepted as that's how things work.
Yeah.
Because CERN says so, I guess.
2036年時点ではスタンダードらしいけど、その時代の研究者たちは一体どうやってそれが正しいって
You proved it, for one, I'm pretty sure.
理論が間違っていると言いたいのか。だが確かに収束は存在する。俺はそれを身をもって体験した。
You've experienced that like 100 times at this fucking point, my dude.
Yeah. According to what we have played through, we have a lot of data points. According to what he has experienced in this point of the story, he has a few data points. But we have a lot. So.
無限個に枝分かれした世界線が重ね合わせ状態になっているっていうのは？
俺が世界線を移動すると世界は再構成される。過去から未来までだ。
それって岡部の主観での話でしょ？
I mean, yes.
Your point being?
She'll get there.
あんたの脳が認識してる私はベータ世界線に行くと死んでるのよね。それはつまり私が死んでいる世界線と私が死んでいない世界線のうちあんたの主観が前者を選んだってことになるわけだけど。
What?
I think she's getting to the point.
Yeah, it's just a little.
Her head was just down into a boom. Squinted! Completely bowed down.
Different worlds for each brain.
I mean, there is actually a scene in Zero. It's a short scene where you somehow make it back to the Alpha World line, and Kurisu is like, "What the fuck are you doing here? Go back!"
I forgot her specialty was neuroscience.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Remember, she's not a physicist.
世界が分裂するということか。
Oh, she's happy.
Yeah.
She made a happy trip.
Yeah, chirp chirp.
分裂というか電車みたいなものなのかも。
電車？
わかりやすい例を挙げると、路線図で調べてみたけど、秋葉原から横浜に行くのにどの路線を選ぶか。
A lot of ways to get there.
山手線で東京駅まで出て、そこから東海道本線に乗るのを選んだ。
See what Squitch is real bad.
でも私は山手線で大
I
崎ま
thought
で
that
行っ
was
た後
coming from
湘南新宿ライン
this
に乗った
room.
Oh! No, that's how the
I
train
was like,
sounds.
what the fuck? No, I know it was just because of the
Yeah.
way it sounded.
Yeah.
It sounded like it was actually not happening in my headset.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting upside doodly now, Pearls. You're hanging. Hang in there on your shirt.
I'm also holding her up by her head.
She's probably enjoying that. You can really get in there with your weight. Good squidget.
もしかしたら別の人。橋田なんかはそもそもいきなり秋葉原から京浜東北線に乗っちゃうかもしれない。まゆりなら東京から新幹線に乗るかも。
I mean, yeah, I guess.
岡部と私は東京駅までは同じ電車
It's
に乗っ
very
てるけど、
expensive to do that,
そ
but
こ
you
からは違う
could.
線に乗って同じ目的地を目指している。
それを世界に当てはめるとパラレルワールドを主張するのか。
たまには私も妄想ぐらいする。でも世界が一つだと誰が証明した？
You shouldn't hang upside doodly for too long, Pearls.
She don't care.
It's not good for your blood circulation.
I don't think she gives a fuck.
No, but it's still gonna affect her. And I care.
鈴葉の言葉と俺のリーディングシュタイナーが
正体不明のタイムトラベラーと原因不明の特殊能力ね。
I mean, she's not wrong. It is just two people confirming this. It's not really a lot, and you can't really reproduce it for any other person. It's pretty unscientific.
彼女が
Honestly.
橋田の娘かどうかは誰にも証明できない。
I know statistically it makes sense, but scientifically it doesn't really hold much water.
実際に2036年にならないとね。
He's like, what?
Yeah.
そもそももしリーディングシュタイナーが正しいなら、あらゆる人間の記憶があんたの主観に引きずられていることになる。
Yes.
そんなの無理がありすぎる。もしそうだったら、岡部は文字通り神よ。
I mean, okay.
Bit extreme.
でも現実には神なんていない。
Well, somebody
Says
doesn't
who?
believe in God.
Says whom?
Well,
I mean-
she's a scientist at heart. So
Just
I
because you're a
suppose-
scientist doesn't mean you can't believe in religion.
No, I'm just saying she's like stereotypical scientist.
Atheist scientist.
Sure.
Instead of, like some who are just what's the word? Is it agnostic?
Yeah, agnostic is just when you don't believe in anything.
Yeah, you're just like I just don't really. I don't.
Don't care.
I don't necessarily believe that that religions are fake, but yeah.
I don't believe in any god. I just don't care what other people believe in.
No. People are allowed to believe in whatever they want, as long as it doesn't affect me.
As long as it doesn't negatively affect you.
Yeah,
I should
negatively
probably
affect
say.
me. Yeah. As long as somebody isn't trying to push
As long
it
as someone doesn't get
upon
hurt.
me or gets hurt or
Mm. You know, that kind of stuff.
Many parts of Christianity.
Many religions have problems with that, especially in the past.
Yeah. Christianity is still a lot today.
あんたを中心に回
Not
って
that
いるわけじゃ
Christianity
ない
is。still the only one, but I would say Christianity is probably the biggest.
It is.
So, But still, we keep pretending that Christianity has no faults.
Yeah. She was just, she went for your hand and you moved it away from her. She's like,
あんたの脳がそう錯覚させているだけ。世界にとってあんたが神だというなら、同体積の脳を持つ私も世界にとって神になれるわけで。
I mean, sure, whatever.
Brain size matters, or whatever. I don't know.
I'm not sure exactly that's what she meant by it.
何が言いたいんだ
Well, how would you interpret it? As like physical brain size, or
No, that's not what I think.
Conscious.
She means like consciousness-wise,
Yeah.
not physical brain size.
仮に岡部の主観が私が死ぬ世界線を選んだとして、私の主観も同じように
ow?
私が死ぬ世界線を選ぶとは限らない。
Just continue. This is philosophical.
それは
Yeah, I know.
私の主観
I'm
が
just trying to think about
ここ
it.
に存在していることからもわかる。
It's just, yeah. I understand that we are at the point where it's like, well, okay, we have been experiencing all these things, but
Yeah.
are they actually true?
Yeah.
Is this actually what's happening?
Mm.
Or like, are there
Just
other
because it-
other ways of looking at it?
Yeah, just because what we've been told makes sense compared to what we're experiencing, it doesn't mean it's the whole truth.
No. Like,
There's no way of knowing that.
we can't prove that the other world lines or whatever stop existing.
Mm.
For one thing.
No.
They could all be existing at the same time.
Mm.
Like timelines.
Mm. Parallel worlds.
Parallel worlds, yeah. But we have no way of proving that. Even with reading Steiner.
すでにこの世界線は私が死なない世界線なわけだから。
Because, yeah. It's like, because we only see it from Okabe's kind of, or point of view,
Yeah.
which for him, he knows the change because of his reading Steiner,
Mm.
but he at least gets moved over to that.
But because his consciousness goes with him,
Mm,
it's hard to know what happens to the world he leaves.
exactly. We don't get to see that.
Mm-mm.
So, for us, we can only assume that what we have been told so far is correct.
Mm.
あんたの主観がベータ世界線に行ってしまっても、
But that
私
doesn't
の
mean
主
it
観
is.
はここに留まることだってできるのかもしれない。
But yeah, it's just a philosophical way to
精神がどこにあるか
explain that even if you choose to,
そして私は
you know,
私の精神をあんたの好きにさせたくない。
it doesn't mean I'm dead.
No.
I'll just remain here
Mm.
on this world line.
科学者とは思えないほどのファンタジーな理論だ
Fantasy?
Yeah,
でも
fantasy.
可能性はゼロじゃない。
Fantasy or Fantasy?
G.
G. Okay.
That came at her. It's like Final Fantasies. Final Fantasy.
Fanta! As long as it's exotic, I suppose. Do you not like oranges?
だから、あんたは何も心配する必要はない。
That's not an argument.
I
Honestly.
私を
mean,
見殺しに
her
できないって言
argument
っ
is
て
meaning that is that
悩んでる
he's
のよね。
not sacrificing her. He's not letting her die. She still exists somewhere.
That he's
Even
not
if they-
necessarily
Yeah.
sacrificing her. Because.
Whichever one is true, we don't know.
Yeah, we can't prove either
No.
of them. Is there a jacket up on one side now? Kind of looks like
That's what it kind of looks like, but it could just be a mistake in coloring.
でも
it. Could be.
今の私の仮説で言えば、私は別の可能性世界線で生き続けていける。
Oi!
だから、そもそも岡部は悩む必
Or
要
also
なん
just
て
be
な
put
い
to。bed.
It should also just be put up.
仮説は仮説だ
Hmm.
アトラクタフィールド理論だって仮説。まだ誰にも何も証明されてないから。2036年時点では証明されていたとしても、その証明を今の私たちは確認できないから。そう考えれば未来の可能性は無限よ。
Also, there's the question of like, who is it proven true or proven by, and for what reasons? And would there like, because it would be technically by CERN that would prove it. Essentially, it is for their benefit.
Yes. But we don't know how much of it is true, no. That's also what you said. We don't know if any of what Suzu has told us in the future actually is true.
Yeah.
We can't know unless we actually go there ourselves and observe it.
Yeah.
There's no way to prove it.
But even then, like, can you prove what's... Or can you prove what is being told in the future is correct? It is not just a lie.
I mean, there are probably ways to, like, review the theory in some form or way.
Yeah.
But yes. But she already made that argument that we can't really know how much of anything we've been told is true.
You have too much
we have not
energy,
proved
bro.
it.
You're overtired, as we
Yeah.
say in Danish. You are a small child, you have to sleep.
I'm no child.
You're our child.
You're a toddler. You're
You're
not
a
even a
toddler.
child. You're a fucking toddler.
Yeah.
A forever toddler. For the next 30 years, you'll be a toddler. You know that?
Yeah. It's an armchair theory. How can Kurisu stay so calm? Well, we don't know if she's calm on the inside, but...
No.
ちなみに心配なんかしてくれなくてもいいから。岡部にそんなことされたら結構プライド傷つく。
How very
Is
Japanese.
she
of
trying
you.
to be altruistic?
She is trying to make him choose to save Mayuri, yes.
Oh. Yeah, exactly.
She is willing to sacrifice herself to save Mayuri, because she also likes Mayuri.
Yeah.
And she also hates seeing him worried like this.
Yeah.
そんな言い方。
電話鳴ってるけど。
Mayuri, I'm pretty sure this is the point where it,
参りからだ。
Oh shit, that is... Mayuri.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said that? I wasn't hearing it. I was trying to figure it out in my head. I was like, it's ended on Re, so it's most likely Mayuri, actually. I was like, oh yeah, that's Ma, and... Is that you?
Yeah.
That's you? Okay. That one is a little hard to remember sometimes. For me, at least.
出てあげなさいよ。なんで
But
私
I've
の遠慮
been
してる
I've
の
been practicing quite a bit lately.
Mm.
I keep trying to go over and over on it. Especially because I still keep getting stuff wrong.
Mm.
もしも
Okay,
し。
there's still a little bit more.
Yeah.
But we might stop after this.
Yeah.
Might be the best anyways.
参りか。どうした？
I thought you wanted to come with me today, or something. I don't know.
ダル君から聞いたんだ。オカリンがなんだか変だったって。
Yeah. Okay.
She's just worried about him.
Of course.
It's Mayuri.
Did you just attack the mic?
Yes.
Poor
It was
Mike.
suddenly in the
メイ
way.
シーはコミマに夢中になってて。
What did
It
Mike?
came at her, okay? From her point of view, it came at her.
よかったね。
Damn, Mike, move closer to her.
suddenly was just there in her peripheral view.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh god, no.
Yeah.
Why are you biting your feet? Is your feet itchy? Okay. Yeah, you need to go to bed. You are so aggressive right now. Holy shit.
She's been violent all fucking day.
It's certainly getting worse.
Yeah, when she gets tired. Hey, you bear there, you can't do that.
オカリンが
No.
元気なかったらすぐに気づくのに。ごめんね。
Hey, what did they say? I said no!
Don't apologize. You've done nothing wrong.
You just exist in this world and the world does not want you to. That's all you've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, what? Who's doing that?
オカリン
That's that.
I can't tell her. I can't.
She's too pure for this world.
Hmm.
Maybe that's why she has to die.
You're too all over the place, Pearls.
Yeah.
I can't even give you sketches. I've kept it a secret from her all this time. That's the way it has to be.
何も
It's a car outside.
何も
Honk, honk.
そっか。
I wonder how many people out here are going to be finishing, student exams
Don't know.
this year.
Don't know.
We had some last year, did we not?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know how many
あのね、
families with children that age
前はよ
lives
く
here.
マユシーにいろんな話
Well,
してくれた
quite
よ
a
ね
bit. Quite a bit, honestly. At least of the ones who, stayed. Because there are
I don't
also
know.
new families that has moved in that has become,
Mm.
family with children.
Mm. This is more if they were in that age group when they would have the mission.
There's definitely been a few, and I believe there would be more.
Mm.
How often it's gonna happen, I don't know.
Mm.
If it's like every year, or
幹部が4
if
人
there's gonna be more of like
それぞれ
generational
ギフとスダチ
shift for it.
声優と
Balloon drag queen. His fucking naming sense sucks so much.
玄武と朱雀と清流と白虎だ
Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit more Japanese.
そうそうそれ
She's so happy.
No, it's a
No.
pin feather.
Oh, it sounded like she was happy.
Hmm.
Didn't sound like she was in pain.
No, but she also pulled away.
Ah.
そういうねオカリンの
It was a little hurtful, but
と
not
っても
that
面白かったな
Mm.
It
She's
was
like,
just-
no,
it was unpleasant.
you want it.
でもねえオカリンあのねマユシーのこと重荷に感じてたら言ってね
Oh boy.
そんなこと
You're not a burden, Mayuri. Okay?
No.
You never will be.
No. Oh, yeah, squidgy.
You rely on each other. Like no one we've ever seen before.
Hmm.
もしマユシーにいろいろお話ししたいなって思ったらいつでも電話してくれていいからねじゃあトゥットゥルー
Gotta have it.
Hmm.
She hung up on me. Bitch! Damn you!
マユリなんだって
あいつ 何が重荷だよ。勝手に自分を責めやがって。
Well, you aren't really telling her anything, so I can understand why she thinks that. From a Japanese standpoint, at the very least.
I mean, it's just, you know, considering how probably his mannerism has changed since the beginning of this, it could seem like he might try to avoid her, and that could be taken in the wrong way by her, obviously.
Yeah, as well as him not telling her anything.
いつもは空気を読めないくせに。なんでこういう時だけ。
重荷ね。
俺は一度だって真由里を重荷に感じたことはない。
Oh, because you live a symbiotic
だったらそれ
relationship.
をはっきり言ってあげればいい。
I got to touch it with her before she realized it was there. She's like, what?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Maybe it wasn't a good idea to leave Mayuri in the dark. Either way, I can't tell her the truth. I can't handle the truth.
これまでのあんたなら悩んだりしなかったはず。
Sorry.
Sneeze.
とりあえず真由里に会いに行くべき。
Ow, 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 ow.
あの子だっていろいろ思うところはあるんだろうし。
Do you want your squitches?
She's right. Even if I don't tell Mayuri the truth, I need to at least tell her something.
And thus, we have entered the perfect time. To stop.
There we go. It's something.
What? Oh. It's at. No, at. I don't fucking know.
Or about.
No, it looks like an F, but I don't fucking know.
Well, F you! Okay, let's do Cool.
Just call me ma. Nice.
Oh, ay, my goodness. It's gotta be it for this stream.
Yep.
Only 3 hours. Well, we also talked about it.
And starting also takes a little bit, so
yeah,
it's probably more like 2.5. This when you cut it down.
Approximately.
Yeah. We didn't take a break, so there's not a break right now.
No.
We're getting there.
Mm.
We're getting there.
Itchy. No.
But yeah. It's not easy to make this choice. At all.
Kill them both.
That would defeat the entire fucking purpose of what he's been doing for half of this game.
Make Lukaku a girl again.
It still defeat the purpose of what he's been trying to do. We just wish that we could make Lukaku a girl in the other attractor field.
It is not.
Without going into the alpha attractor field again.
I'm not MAGA, I am Mulka.
Sure.
Mlaga? Make Lukaku a girl again? Mlaga?
Sure. Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Pros to bed.
There isn't really much else to talk about.
Well, I mean, there's the ending stream. Or the ending spiel.
Oh, yeah, but I was
I don't
more
think there's...
wondering-
Unless you have something to talk about.
Not necessarily, no.
No.
Yeah.
We're nearing the end.
About time. because I wanna also play other stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
I'm gonna put her to bed.
Yeah.
Come on, Puss. It's bedtime.
So, yeah. If you're watching this over on YouTube, hello. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, then leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. And remember to ring the bell and choose all in the drop-down menu, so you are assured that you will see our videos in your feed. If you feel so inclined, you can always catch us live here for these streams every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Central European Summer Time, UTC +2.
Yep.
If you don't want to try and remember times, it's always a good, good choice to follow us on Twitch.
Yeah.
There's a link in the description for that. And you can also follow us on social media, where we will post when we go live, and also post before we go live for our unscheduled streams, which happens whenever we have time and energy for it. Okay, Apollo. Ingy. So, yeah. If you want to, you can also follow our personal accounts, social media accounts. I am political with a sploosh of pets. And Chiyoko is arts. Arts and arts.
Arts and more art.
Art! I forget what his name is, but from the Iron Giant.
I forget what his name is too.
Where he's like, art!
Yeah.
If you know that meme.
It's a great meme.
It's a great meme.
His expression is amazing.
Yeah. And he actually says art. Because that's the point of the scene. Is that the Iron Giant is... it eats metal. And this guy makes art out
of metal.
Of metal,
He
typically.
just eats his art.
Yeah. It's like...
And the
you
Iron
can eat...
Giant is like, what? But I'm just hungry.
You can eat this, which is trash, or you can eat this, which is art.
Yeah.
Don't eat the art!
Yeah.
What you got there is art! So, yeah. Yes. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will see you guys next time.
Yep.
Our next stream.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Be sure to tune in. Cheese bags.